from PinupGirlClothing.com. This is Angelique Noire, and we are here because Angelique has some great tips and for hair and skincare, natural hair and skincare, using the ingredients that you can buy at the supermarket, and you don't have to spend $75 just for a good skin cream. And so Angelique is going to take us through what she does every day. So yeah, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you kind of started, how you went from kind of drugstore brands or you know, like Sephora hair care and skincare to what you do now.
Well, yeah, I used to buy a lot of skincare and hair care products because it's like I go to work and then it's like I see the makeup artists and the hairstylists with all these cool little things to play with, products, and so I'm thinking, okay, well, they did such a great job with that, I need that too.
Right. Oh God, that looks so great.
Oh my God, I look great. And no, lo and behold, they know how to do what they're doing. But so I did learn over the years, well, when I got pregnant, that's when I first started looking into everything as far as using natural products, because I used to put relaxers in my hair and keep it so that it was just straight.
And that's a long process too. I mean, doesn't it take a while, and you have to really maintain it like every few weeks,
You
right?
have to maintain it, like at least you need to get a touch up every once a month.
Yeah.
And that would be the ideal, but it's just, it's very drying on your hair, and it just changes. I don't like how it changes your hair texture. It does so much damage to your hair.
And it makes it probably harder to do, like, I'm sure it makes it easier to do some things, but then harder to do other things as well, you know.
That's true.
You're kind of married
and
to
it messes with the elasticity of your hair, and of course, it's like with my hair type, it breaks easily. And so we have to constantly put oils in our hair to keep it moisturized, because it's not like I can just wash and go and it's all nice and moisturized and everything. It's a whole process that goes into maintaining my hair so it stays nice and healthy and it doesn't break off like it can do easily.
Right.
Even in its natural state, it could still break off
because it's drier. I mean, yeah, one thing about curly hair that people may not know, if you have straight hair, your cuticle is super smooth. And so that some people produce more oil, some people produce less, but no matter how much oil you produce, if you have straight hair, that oil comes out of your head, and then it just kind of naturally drips down your cuticle of your hair, and when you brush it or run your hands through it, it actually disperses the oils. If you have curly hair, I also have curly hair, the cuticle is rough, and so the oil gets stuck in the first, you know, like inch or half an inch, which is, you know, like if you have curly hair, you can't just go 2-3 days without washing it, because it's all greasy here and then it's still dry everywhere else. So it's very hard to kind of get the oils like dispersed, and so
all the way to the ends.
If you process your hair or anything, it can break really easily, because you're not getting, well, I was going to pull my hair out, but you're not getting the oils all the way to the end of your hair. So there's things that if you have curly hair that you have to do to kind of make it so that your hair, because also, as you know, you don't wake up in the morning when you have curly hair and go, oh, I'm gonna brush my hair.
Exactly.
Because
unless I want a big giant afro.
Exactly. It's like right. That's how you can just, if you have curly hair, that's how you can disperse the oils. But then your hair is like this. So yeah, I don't even own a brush. I brush my hair in the shower. I take the conditioner and put the all through even into my scalp and all the way through, and that's how I brush my hair, is in the shower, and that's it, or putting my hands through it, you know. But even then, if I put my hands through it, sometimes it just Anyway,
exactly.
So yeah, so what's the first product you have? I'm pretty sure that's for your hair, right?
Yes, this is for my hair. Well, actually, it's for my hair and my skin, but it's really heavy. It's organic shea butter. Fabulous. It's unrefined. So
can you give me a little? I'm going to put it in my hand. So, now, we're going to close up on this later, but it looks almost like just straight out of the can. It looks almost like a cheese or something. It's so thick, but very, very...
this I actually mix with other stuff. I mix with olive oil, because otherwise it's like, I want to say it's more tough as far as, it doesn't spread as easily as how I have it inside this form.
You'd have to warm it up.
Yeah, you have to warm it up, and I put beeswax inside of it, as well as I put olive oil inside of it, so that it makes it much more spreadable. And
now, how would you use this on your hair, for instance?
On my hair, as far as when I get out of the shower after I've shampooed my hair and conditioned it, I just, to moisturize it, I usually put the shea butter in my hair. I just rub it in my hands and I put it all over my hair.
Guys, if you don't know about emulsification, before you do anything, you want to do this because it warms it up, and within like 2 or 3 seconds, you could feel it's suddenly a lot softer and easier to work with. Now, you wouldn't really start in your scalp, obviously.
I usually start at the ends.
The ends, right? And just kind of...
And I work my way... And I also put it in my scalp. Sometimes it depends on what I'm doing exactly to my hair. Because sometimes I'll just wear it where it's like if I wanted to wear an afro, then it's like I'll just easily just put it all in my hair and it really doesn't matter.
Right. And
I don't care. But when I want to do, when I want my hair to look a little bit more tame, and I want the curls to look a little bit more uniform, I usually put twists in my hair.
So you would kind of put it in your hand, get your hands, and then just start working the hair.
Yeah, I section my hair, and I take the section and I put the shea butter in that section, and then I twist my hair. And I just do twists all over it, and then I sleep in it until it dries, air dries, so I don't have to blow dry it or anything like that.
Right, right.
So,
also with curly hair, keep in mind when you put some sort of after you get out of the shower and you're going to put something in your hair to moisturize, you never want to run it through because then it actually like makes your hair look stringy. Yeah. So you want to do more of like a
scrunching.
Yeah, you kind of get in there and then you can style it, and you're going to get the product on your hair. You actually want to lightly kind of diffuse it everywhere. So that's another tip. Because when I first started using product, I didn't use product for a really long time. I was like a tomboy for most of my life, you know. And then when I decided I wanted my hair to look good, I'd buy all that product and go, and then wonder why it wasn't working. I'm like, oh right, got it. Okay.
Well, it's like I don't have to worry about my hair going stringy.
Yeah. You'll just end up with like one curl that's like, you know, clear.
But I do have to worry about it getting really, really tangled. So,
right, exactly.
So I do have to detangle it with my fingers or a very wide tooth comb so that I can get through the curls without breaking my hair. Right. It's very, very fragile.
And so that kind of works like as a defrizz kind of, where it just takes, which is nice, because if you want to buy a defrizz in the supermarket, it's going to be like between $8 and $20, depending on where you are.
It keeps my hair from frizzing up, because it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy. That's what most of the time when I wear it during winter time, because it keeps my hair moisturized, because in the wintertime my hair can get super dry. Yeah. And so when I put that on, I'm like, I'm good to go.
And then for skin, you just use it as basically just a moisturizer.
I use it as a moisturizer. And I put it on at night because shea butter in its natural state, when you get it raw, it doesn't smell very good.
Really? It smells all right now.
Yeah, because I put stuff in it.
Okay.
I put like essential oils in it to scent it, and I also put like olive oil and beeswax. So that's what makes the scent go away, and I just boil it a little bit in water.
Why don't you take us through that? And what we'll end up doing too is we'll post like kind of like your recipes for what you're doing. But basically, you would take it, actually heat it up, and take
it just comes as a block.
Oh my god! Wow!
So it just comes as a block.
Looks like a block of soap or something.
It looks like a block of soap. And it's pretty hard. You have to cut through it. It's kind of like coconut butter, like cocoa butter.
Oh my god!
It's pretty hard, but it's even harder.
We need to film you doing this.
And I'm like cutting through it. And it's like if I would have brought the bag of actual shea butter, you would have been blown away by the smell because it stinks like crazy. But I'm like, okay, it stinks, but I know it's good for me. So I just boil the scent away with the water. I don't turn the fire up too high, just enough to just get it so that it's warming.
So it starts to kind of melt, and then you put your things in it.
Because the water, it does evaporate out of the oils when I mix everything together.
And then do you end up just kind of as it's soft, you just stick it in there and then it
I just stir it. I stir it up, and I stir in the olive oil and I stir in the beeswax, so it all comes together. And then when I'm finished with everything and the water has boiled out, then I can be able to pour it into like something like this. Right. And then I put it in the refrigerator after it's cooled down a little bit. Well, not even a little bit. I wait till it cools down, and then I put it in the refrigerator, and then it cools down even more. Right. And then you can just... And then it gets to the consistency about this. Well, it gets really hard in the refrigerator, but then it puts everything...
It goes to room temperature.
Yeah. It makes everything come together, and then when I am ready to use it, I'll take it out and keep it in my bathroom, and it just stays at this consistency.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, how long would that jar last you?
This lasts me probably, because I use it for my hair and my skin every day, so not every day for my hair, but for my skin pretty much every day. And that will last me, this jar, I don't know what the size of this jar is. I want to say it's probably like 8 ounces.
It might, maybe 12 even.
Maybe 12, yeah. So that will last me probably about, so far, I took it out about 2 months ago.
Wow. Okay. And it's almost to the top, so it's gonna last months and months.
It's gonna last for a while because
that block of shea butter,
you don't need a whole lot.
Right. And that block of shea butter that you made that out of, how much did that cost you at the store?
Well, I got it from my ex-husband actually, because he's from Senegal. So whenever he goes, I'm like, bring me some shea butter.
That's awesome. But okay, if you would buy it at the store, how much would it cost, like a block?
I don't even know because it varies on where you get it.
We're gonna find out.
But you can search online. Yeah. I'm sure that you can find it online. I'm spoiled because I don't have to. Yeah. I don't have to search for that detail.
So it costs Angelique nothing, and it lasts
forever,
7 to 8 months. But put it that way, like if you end up buying it, I doubt a block of raw shea butter is going to cost you more than $15 if I had to guess. You know, maybe I'm wrong. We're going to find out. But you know, for a little bit of work that you have to do, which, you know, the same amount of work if you wanted to make yourself some scrambled eggs, it sounds like, you can have a moisturizer that does work amazingly well. And like, I'm still playing around with it, and I've used shea butter actual moisturizers from, you know, stores. It does not work the way this does. This is extremely moisturizing. It's actually fantabulous. So, all right, let's move on to the next thing in the jar, and you can tell me what you use this for. The next thing in the jar,
the mystery product,
yes,
is baking soda.
Baking soda.
That's something I use for any and everything. I use it for my hair, to shampoo with my hair, because a lot of people think that we have to have shampoos that have
all the stuff in it.
All the stuff in it, the sulfates and all that. You don't need that. You can easily use baking soda, mix it with water, and it washes. You just pour it in your hair and you just scrub your scalp.
Would you just take the powder, for instance, and put it in the palm of your hand?
Actually, I have a YouTube tutorial to explain.
All right, we're going to link to this. Okay. So basically, then I'm going to link to the tutorial, and then you don't have to go on and on about it. We'll just show it.
The easy process is you just mix it into some water, and then you put it all in the bottle and you shake it together. And then you're pouring it on your dry hair, and you're just washing your hair.
Right, because basically, if the point of shampoo is really to get rid of the excess oils, and your hair, unless you're going out into the desert, you know, the dirt might stick to the oil, but your hair's not going to get that dirty in the normal course of just running around. So, you know, for some people, shampoos can be they can strip your hair.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially if you have dry hair to begin with, it's stripping. It's stripping not just from your scalp. Like, for instance, I only put the shampoo in the scalp of my hair. I never run it through the rest of my hair, but when you're rinsing it, it actually does run through the rest of your hair, and it strips. So, you know, it sounds like baking soda probably would not strip your hair at all. And
it doesn't strip your hair
yeah, baking soda is like a miracle powder. You can do
you can do a million gazillion things.
What else do you use it for besides washing your hair?
I use it to exfoliate my skin as well. Like whenever I'm washing my face, and I want to add to I usually use Castile soap to wash my face because, again, the facial cleansers that are out there on the market, they have a lot of chemicals inside of it that are very stripping to your skin as well, the natural oils. So I use Castile soap, and I just mix a little bit of baking soda inside of it in the palm of my hand, rub my hands together, and I just rub it all over my face, and it exfoliates my skin. My skin is nice and smooth and wonderful.
And then this is, I do use a lot of crazy products because I actually need to for my skin, but that's another story. But this is another thing that some people may not realize. Even if you have oily skin, you don't want to use something that strips too much of the oils from your skin, because what happens, especially for people with oily skin, your body expects your body to be basically it expects to be a certain way. So if you use something that is going to strip the oil from your skin, you say, you know, you're thinking, oh, that's great, my skin is drier now, it's not as oily, but your body goes oh my God, what's going on?
And let's produce more oil.
Right, it'll overproduce, and the same thing will happen with shampoos that strip your oils and anything on your face. So some people actually can end up with worse skin problems because you start overproducing and you start getting bad skin. So you actually want something that cleans your skin, gets rid of the excess oils, but does it gently so that your base skin is not completely. Now that does not count for when you do extreme peels, exfoliations, which should happen every 2 weeks or so, especially if you're over age 35. Just gonna put that out there, but that's my video coming soon. Okay, apple cider vinegar. We'll get back to olive oil, but apple cider vinegar.
I use organic, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. That's what's very important. It doesn't matter the kind of brand, just make sure that it's organic.
And it should have all the stuff.
And it should have like this...
The bottom part, there's a...
It's like a... It looks like
they call it the mother.
That's down there.
It's all the residue.
Mother sitting at the bottom.
Yep. It's the stuff that makes it cloudy. It's and that's very important.
Yeah, that's very important because you know that it's unfiltered.
Right.
And it's not processed. So it's just like food. When we eat food, we want it to be to the raw degree in order to get the most benefit of it.
Exactly.
And same with even just regular hair products and skincare products.
Right.
I try to get things that are as natural as possible.
Now, do you use that on your hair?
I use it on my hair as well. I use it after I do the baking soda shampoo. I rinse it with the apple cider vinegar. I add water to the apple cider vinegar
and that acts like as a toner.
And it's it rinses my hair as well.
Nice.
And then also, yes, for the skin, since you mentioned toner, I can use that as a toner too. After I've washed my face, I use that as a toner. And then too, I have another little set of recipes, like if I have zits, I add apple cider vinegar to it.
You could probably take that, just not
oil, and just
tea tree oil is
you could just use tea tree oil by itself and dab it on a zit and
it'll go away.
Good to go.
Dry it right up. Yeah,
exactly.
Also, apple cider vinegar is a good thing to drink too. I know it sounds a little crazy.
It's disgusting. And it's very strong, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but
most people hate it. Well, if you're going to drink it, if you have a glass this big, you only put about this much vinegar in it.
And all the rest water.
Fill the rest with water. Yeah, some people hate it. I will guzzle it. I look forward to it. Like, oh, I'm going to drink my vinegar in the morning. But it actually is, it's good for your stomach.
Yeah.
If you're having stomach issues of any sort, it actually helps.
Yeah, definitely. It helps clean you.
Yeah, basically, vinegar has antibacterial properties, and that's another great thing because when you're using the vinegar, for instance, after your shampoo, it's getting rid of some of the dirt that might be left over if you're using baking soda. The baking soda, what it does is it attaches to the oil, binds to the oil, so when you rinse it out, it's gone, and then you use the toner for the antibacterial properties. Same thing for your skin, so that's why it's a great thing to use on zits and all sorts of stuff, because when you have something that's red, that means it's actually infected. Your skin is inflamed because it's fighting an infection. So
even though it wouldn't be red on me.
Well, yes, it'd be a slightly darker brown. The slightly darker brown color you're experiencing, the darker skin, yes, is an infection. So the vinegar actually it's fighting the infection as well as drying out the skin. Okay, organic unrefined virgin coconut oil.
Yes.
What do we do with this?
This is another thing that I can use for a hair moisturizer as well. I have three different
things. It's more
things.
like a conditioner in a way.
Well, yes, it's just it's a lighter oil. It's like if I was to have because sometimes, well, at least once a week I end up having to straighten my hair, which I hate straightening my hair, but for my jobs I have to straighten it sometimes. And so I end up putting this on if I don't want to wash my hair immediately that day after or whatever.
So like let's say your hair's straight and you want to keep it.
For my hair texture, I don't have to wash my hair every day because of my hair texture. But if I do have to go and keep my hair straight for a couple days and I don't want my hair to dry out, I use like a lighter oil, like either the coconut oil or I use the olive oil to keep my hair moisturized.
And same thing with the olive oil where you just kind of scrunch it.
Yeah. Yes, scrunch it in. And that keeps my hair moisturized so that it doesn't break off, because that's the whole point of being able to get hair growth, especially for curly hair.
Right. And
super curly hair.
Yeah. And all the conditioner is doing, any conditioner you buy at the store is replacing the oils that you just stripped from from using your shampoo and whatnot. So if you're using things that are not as stripping, your need for a commercial conditioner actually goes down, and you can use these oils instead.
Exactly.
And they're much better for you because you don't get residue or buildup. Obviously, if you're going to use shea butter every single day, you're going to get residue and you're going to get buildup, right? But you know, it's not going to be the same as, you know, with the commercial shampoos, which are fine. I mean, I use them as well, but they put a lot of things to keep it the consistency it is, and there's a lot of extra stuff that goes in there just for the visual or the feel of the product that actually does nothing for your hair. So, you know, it's kind of nice because you're getting back to basics here, and you know, as you can see, your hair is perfectly fabulous. And, you know, I love your tutorials because it's like, oh, here's how you do a victory roll. Boom, done. I was like, that would be me in the bathroom for like 2 hours. Help me. Yeah.
And also to do these hairstyles with curly hair, it's like you don't have to spray it.
No,
this just stays there. Put it right there. There you go.
Well, I think it's funny because I think girls with curly hair for a really long time have felt like, oh God, I have to straighten my hair to do everything, and it's like, no, you want to do rolls, you want to do all this stuff. You know, I've noticed even with my hair, it's like it's easier to just have it dry and wild and crazy, and then I just tease it and spray it, and then at this point, I just straighten the things that people are going to see, like the top of the victory roll, I straighten that and then spray it, and then the rest, everything underneath is just, but it's fine. It's better than straightening it just so you can tease it and get your volume again, you know. Fuck it, you just leave it like that. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It definitely cuts all the time, because I do wear I wear wigs when I want to do like the straight hairstyles or the waved curl or whatever, because then I don't have to straighten my hair, and my hair isn't that length anyway of the wig, so I'm like, this is my fantasy hair.
And the other thing I like too is that when you do your rolls, because it's not straightened and it looks less helmety, like I don't mind the straight rolls, but you know, I feel like the girls with straight hair, it looks better on them because there's a flow, you know, but with the girls with the curly hair and you have to straighten it and do all that stuff, by the time you're done, it's like solid, you know? And when you do it, it still looks flowy because it's just your hair just shaped into the natural thing, so it looks really super cute.
Thanks.
But, okay, so yes, I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, we pretty much covered it. It's very basic. And
yeah, we'll just talk about what the tea tree oil does.
Yeah.
And you can use them at night after we haven't really talked about skincare at night, but if any of you listening, if you're over the age of 22 and you're not moisturizing, I am mad at you.
Yeah.
I don't know you, but I'm mad at you.
Because you need it. Even for my kids, I'm like, put moisture.
Seriously, yes. The future is going to happen. It's not an urban legend. You know, you're 22 now. In 10 years, you're going to be 32. 10 years later, you're going to be 42. And you want to look
good. And 10 years later, how many?
Yeah, and 10 years after that, you're going to... So, and you have to start now. Now. You cannot say, oh, when that first line appears, it's time. No, it's too late. It's over. It's kind of like global warming. By the time you get to the point that it's like 110 degrees out, you're already fucked. There's nothing you can do. So, at night, after I hope everyone is washing their face twice a day. Again, gently, you want to, as soon as you wash your face, you need to moisturize. What you need to do before bed is you wash your face and then essential oils need to go on your face. End of story. Moisturizer if you have a good one, but the better thing to do is just get pure essential oils, tap it on your face, and go to bed. It's like you're marinating all night. And you wake up, and I guarantee you do it for a week, your skin's going to be like a baby's bottom. It's going to be amazing. But we're going to talk more about that in another video. But seriously, both of us are mad at you. If you're over age 22 and you're not moisturizing, and we're just going to end it with that. All right, well, signing off. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed.